Hello, my name is Yasmin Ali. I'm an undergraduate growth facilities assistant at the University of Toronto, Mississauga, and this is the VWC volumetric water content and EC electric conductivity meter instructional video. We will cover two main parts in this video. First, the specifications of the measurements, handling, cleaning, plus safety notes, and secondly, how to use the VWC and EC meter. The sensor, Terrace 12, measures the soil moisture, temperature, and EC of the soil using stainless steel needles as illustrated on screen. The sensors measure soil moisture by applying 70 MHz signals to needle 1 and using needle 2 and 3 as reference for the measurements. The 70 MHz oscillating wave is sent to the sensor needles, which interact with the soil. The charge time of the needles depends on the dielectric permittivity of the soil, measuring the capabilities of the medium to hold electric charge, which in turn is affected by the water content as they have a proportional relationship. The sensor measures temperature with an embedded thermistor, a resistor which resistance is strongly dependent on the temperature in needle 2. That is why it's important that this part of the sensor is not in direct sunlight, to avoid higher readings as it is needle dependent as well. And the sensor measures EC between needle 2 and 3 by applying an alternating electric current to two electrodes and measuring the resistance between them. The EC indicates the ability of a substance to conduct electricity and can be used to infer the amount of ions that are present in the solution. The measurements that are taken have a range in reading values and accuracy. For soil moisture, the values range from 0.001 cubic meter of water per cubic meter of soil, an accuracy of plus or minus 3%. It shows the water volume in soil, critical for irrigation management, plant health, and water conservation. It is measured in cubic meter per cubic meter to represent the volume portion of water to soil. For temperature, the values range from negative 40 to plus 60 degrees Celsius at a resolution of plus or minus 0.1. At an accuracy of plus or minus 0.5 from negative 40 to 0 degrees Celsius and 0.3 plus or minus from 0 to 60 degrees Celsius. We measure temperature as it influences root growth, activity, and nutrient distribution. Celsius is the standard unit for temperature and can be easily converted into Fahrenheit by multiplying value by 9/5 plus 32 or kelvins by the addition of 273 if needed. And for bulk electric conductivity EC, the values range in 0 to 20,000 microsiemens per centimeter at a resolution of 1 microsiemen per centimeter, with an accuracy at plus or minus 5 to 8%. You can measure EC as it indicates the soil's ability to conduct electricity, reflecting the dissolved salt levels and helping monitor nutrient, salinity, and soil health. We can use the metric microsiemen per centimeter as it provides a measure of the ion concentration per length unit. The sensors have low power requirements, making them ideal for permanent burial in soil and continuous reading with a data logger or periodic reading with a handheld reader. For safety, it's important to note that the EC measurements above 10 decisiemen per meter are sensitive to contaminants on the electrode, such as skin oils. That is why you should not touch the needles with ungloved hands or bring them in contact with any source of oil or non-conducting residue. You must clean each needle by using a mild detergent, such as liquid dish soap, with a non-abrasive sponge or cloth. When handling and cleaning, be careful of the sensor's sharp edges and avoid detergents that contain lotions or moisturizers. Rinse the sensor and needles thoroughly with tap or DI water. Overall, be careful with the Terrace 12 sensor as it's very sensitive. Make sure the sensor is clean and dry before and after use. To utilize the VWC and EC meter, the required materials include the Terrace 12 sensor connected to the procheck reader, a wash beaker, a rinse bottle with distilled water, Kim wipes, hand gloves, and you can also download data. This is an optional step with the Meter Group website under the Download Software tab. To begin, open the back and insert the batteries provided. Notice the screen turn on and plug in the sensor into the stereo connector at the top of the procheck. To configure the procheck, press Menu to navigate to the Configuration tab. Use the up and down buttons to scroll down to the date. Input the correct date and press Enter to move along these selection options. Press Save to confirm and repeat the steps to input the correct time. Under the Configuration tab, you can additionally adjust the previously mentioned reading units to the desired range in VWC percentage, Celsius, microsiemens per centimeter, calibration type, sensor type, and the type of media in which you are working with, from growing media to other porous materials. When inserting the sensor, it may be positioned in any direction. However, with the body in the vertical position, there is less restriction to the water flow and can integrate more soil depth in the soil moisture measurement. It's important to note to minimize air gaps around the sensor, as air gaps around the sensor needles will result in low readings of the soil moisture. To avoid interfering objects in the soil, and to create proper holes through the pots and the soil with an electric drill or similar instruments at the facility. As the sensor is very sensitive, do not use the Taros 12 needles to create holes, as it will ruin the instrument. To take a reading, press the menu button until you reach the Measurement tab. Press Enter to engage in live mode. In the live mode, the procheck will take a reading every 30 seconds and update the screen. A pair of arrows will rotate in the lower corner during the updates. Press Escape to exit live mode, and press Save to save the current readings on display. Under the Measurements tab, press Save to show the Annotate screen, which contains the reading summary and annotation field. Use the up and down buttons to change the current character, A to Z, 0 to 9, or the special characters or spaces. Press Enter to move along to the next value, and press Escape to return to the value. Repeat until the last character. Press Save to save the annotation, or the menu to return to the Measurements tab without saving the record. To download data, use the supplied USB to serial cable to connect the procheck to the USB port on the computer. Launch the ECH20 utility. Choose the correct communication port from the Connect via drop-down list. Click the Download button in the toolbar to download all data. Edit the file name in the File Safe catalog and select the location on the computer to save the data. Choose a file format. The data is saved as an Excel workbook by default. Click Save to start the download. For more information, please refer to the Procheck Manual and Taros 12 Manual. Here is the sample data collected from this video, showcasing both the Procheck and unprocessed format. To clean up, clean and dry the sensor with distilled water and Kim wipes. Remove the batteries and be aware again of the sharp edges.